Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, we are back again with the final Alliance War of Season 25, so Alliance War 12. And the scary thing is that obviously we need to win, but our final position entirely depends on how other alliances are going to finish, so we do not know at this given point in time yet where we are going to end up on the leaderboard. But before we can worry about that, obviously we have to take care of business right here. So ASR is up against MIBR, who are a very capable alliance. It's not the first time we have fought, but I do believe that we beat them last time we met. Nonetheless, they also, I think, have to win this war if they want to secure Master's position. So it means that they're going to be boosting all out and playing the best they can. And we have to do the same. And ASR has had some issues in past where we simply kind of like take the foot off the gas pedal towards the end. So it was a concern. I'm going to jump here to the right side. So here we can see the alliance we're going up against. And this is going to be my team. Dr. Doom, Human Torch, and Magneto. All handsome studs over there. 6-star rank 3 dupe champions. That is quite a sexy Alliance War offensive team. And let's see how did they perform. So I am on path 2 and 2, both in section 1 and section 2. Now I did not have too many fights. I actually didn't get to take any mini boss fights this time, which was quite unfortunate, but hey, perhaps it's for the best. I haven't really been on top of my game over the course of the last couple of wars. At the very least, I didn't mess up in the last war. Obviously, for this war, I also want and have to get through deathless. So, final war of the season, big boy boost coming in. Well, as big as I have. I actually have been doing very good job not spending too much on boosts, and the Supreme Solo Crystals largely help so much. And if you can get to the final milestone of 7-hour events, that gives you also plenty of 15% attack boost. So I kind of have been using this boost setup for quite a while now. Now the first fight here is Human Torch against Symbiote Supreme, and he is on the Power Struggle Strike Counter Fury node. And it's actually fairly cheeky, good combination, because Symbiote Supreme doesn't really gain power like a normal champion, and only way I can gain a bar of power is once he does. And yeah, it can get scary and you need to slow down your fight quite a bit. But obviously the biggest weakness of this plan in general is Human Torch exists. Because I have no problem slowing down my hits and just kind of like parrying a bit more, getting those smolders. And once I have a ton of smolders, hitting Symbiote Supreme a couple of times. And yeah, he just absolutely melted there with Human Torch. So the placement's very clever, and it likely wouldn't have too many great counters too if Human Torch didn't exist. But Human Torch obviously absolutely destroys that fight. And next up, this is Modok against Magneto. So Modok is a metal champion, but that Protect Global is going to be quite annoying when I will need to land in a couple of intercepts. And I'm actually going to play this fight extremely badly. Here's going to be a reason for it as well, obviously. Because of the Fury node, I can't really get to level 3, even though that might have ended up being the best plan and just play super carefully. And I will mess up along the way, either trying to get an intercept or missing a parry. And yeah, the fight is going to get a bit scarier, because even if he doesn't really gain those Furies, Brute Force can still activate. I take damage with that. And eventually, now and then, he does gain Fury buffs. And on top of all of that, because Magneto is 6-star rank 3 champion, he doesn't really get as much power as, let's say, a maxed out 5-star would. So I was struggling to get to my level 1s in time to prevent Modok from gaining the Furies. But you can see that I missed a couple of parries, and this fight all of a sudden was a lot closer than it should have been. So I definitely am still not playing the best I can. Therefore, it's probably quite a good thing that I didn't have more fight assignments in this war. But it's okay, I'm determined for the next season. And this was the scorecard at the time I woke up. And from here on out, at this point in the war, I kind of knew that we had it. It was 4-1. We are ahead in exploration, and we have had one of the best wars in a while, only giving away 1 death on 124 nodes. And Made in Brazil also are doing great, but obviously, since we had such a good war, it is not quite good enough. Like with performance like that in some other wars that we might have lost actually, because we did have some poor wars prior to this, but luckily this war in particular, we had our A game. Well, if not the A game, then at the very least, just didn't have the deaths. Now, this is where I did make a mistake. So I'm on path 2 here again. It's again strike counter power struggle, I think, or strike counter combat power rate. Yes, that's the node name. And I'm going to bring in Magneto. Obviously, Magneto should have absolutely no problems with Warlock. And I typically take off my willpower when I place alliance or defense. However, as I was doing these fights just before my morning stream, and I knew that I will want Suicide Masteries on for my morning stream, and also because this is the last war of the season, I was desperately waiting for this exact moment when I will be able to put on Suicide Masteries back and just leave them there. I put on willpower, and I kind of forgot about the fact that I really didn't want willpower for this fight because Warlock's infections, and yeah, that was a mistake from my side, and I only realized it upon the time I actually pressed enter the fight. But nonetheless, Magneto is obviously still going to be perfectly capable of dealing with this guy. Now, the plan for this fight, I probably should have played around the strike count nodes, but I just figured I'm just going to parry and heavy the guy. But Magneto also does trigger the protect global. That means I will have to land in some intercepts here as well, which I'm not overly thrilled about. So the thing that I was hoping for was that whilst I still have that bar of power, I want to get as many prowesses as I can and just drop like a level 1. And hopefully that can do significant amount of damage. And it did 19k damage, but it once again triggered protect node. So at this point I pretty much have to intercept. And here we can see Warlock's typical shenanigans are taking place as well. So I land my intercept at the very least. I get rid of those protect stacks, but the very next heavy attack crits and puts it back on. So it's actually quite an annoying matchup there. Like, yeah, I didn't enjoy this fight too much. Perhaps I would have done better if I just brought in Human Torch, to be honest, and blocked the level 1s, baited those out, gained smolders, and done it that way. But either way, Magneto is still obviously winning the health bar battle, which is very important. So Warlock here is at 34%, but the fight has already been going on for nearly 2 minutes, like 1 minute and 40 seconds. So it's not a quick fight by any means, and Magneto is, well, definitely not like the greatest matchup here, or it's just me doing poorly. Either way, whichever one it is, there are definitely better options here. But yes, so 2 minutes in the fight, Warlock is still at 22%, and I need to keep on going. I need to finish the fight so I can finish the war. Obviously, I do not want to die, as this is the last war of the season. I already had a fairly rubbish season compared to how they normally go for me, so I'd feel absolutely horrible if I messed up here as well. So last few percent then, I go just to throwing my normal regular hits. And that is probably what I should have done earlier, to be honest. But anyways, Warlock's down. It was clunky, unattractive, but the job's done at the very least. And here, this fight Hyperion, and again we have this strike counter combat power rate and the power sting node. And I probably would have been better off using Doom, but if I use Doom, I'd have to work around that stupid protect global again, as Hyperion is a large champion. And I decided, since this is in fact the last war of the season, I do have plenty of 3-minute boosts, I figured why not use one. And my plan here is quite simple. I just want him to throw level 1s, ideally, and block them. And that's going to give me a ton of smolders, and I don't need to throw my special attacks. I can ignore strike counter, the power sting node, everything. Don't care about any of that. I just want Hyperion to throw his level 1s, If he doesn't, I have the indestructible 3 boost, and I'll eat a level 3, but thanks to blocking those level 1s, I will gain yeah, quite a lot of damage here. And again, I don't know if this was the best plan for the fight, but as you can see, it's working a-okay. At this point, I have 11 smolders, Hyperion's at like 60-something% there, 14 smolders, and yeah, obviously my damage output just keeps on increasing. I haven't messed up, still have my indestructible boost. I have 21 smolders, and I just land a 3-hit combo here as I don't want to give Hyperion too much power. 26, and very good, it seems to be working, and I'm not overly stressed about anything. 30 smolders, and he drops another level 1. He's very special friendly, and yeah, so it does look like that indestructible 3 boost was wasted. The fight is over, done and dusted. I'm sure my officer ain't gonna be too happy with me here, but you know, it worked. And now the final fight for me in this war is this Guardian fight over here. So he once again has the strike counter node. It's weird, literally every single fight I took this war has strike counter node. I really dislike those nodes. But yeah, I activated Human Torch's pre-fight as this was my last fight in the war, and there is also a buffet node on this well, fight, but doesn't really matter too much for Human Torch. Obviously, all the hits Guardian does are energy attacks, and that gives me smolders quickly, and with pre-fight, with everything else, you can see that Guardian's absolutely melting. He's also not awakened, so he does not have that huge energy resistance. That's also super helpful. And that is just about it. As we can see, there's that Spider-Gwen mini fight left, but it's assigned to somebody else. And yeah, job's done for me. And that was it here. Here we can see that at least some use from my latest rank 3 6-star. It's probably as much work as he's gonna put in for me in general, but at least he got something done. And yeah, so the war, as I am doing the voiceover for the footage, currently looks like this. So we have 1 fight left, but we are 7 KOs ahead. So we are set to win this war. And once again, the unfortunate part is that we don't exactly know where we're gonna end up on the leaderboards. But either way, no matter what happens, we are somewhere in top 3, and I'm super happy with that. Obviously, we didn't have quite a perfect season, but still, we went 10-2. That's not too bad. Obviously, we want to do better next season. But drop down to the comment section and let me know how did your alliance do and where do you expect to finish. Overall, I do sincerely hope Alliance Wars get some serious overhaul or work done to them, because it's getting relatively stale. I have this love-hate relationship with Alliance War, and last couple of seasons definitely have slid a lot more to I don't care and hate, much more than love and enjoy the Alliance War. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the good buttons, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya! Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about